Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with American Manganese CEO and President Larry Reaugh. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Well, Jim, it's great to be on the show.
Larry, a lot of breaking news in the mining industry over the past week, one of them concerning cobalt.
Yes, that is a real significant piece of news for the battery manufacturers. Not great for them because the price will start to go up eventually. But that does spin a different light on the overhang that's in the market in China. And I don't know how big that is. Nobody does, but that's a significant cut. You know, I think I remember there's 130 or 140,000 tons of cobalt production a year, and that mine in the Congo, Butanda, is actually the largest producer of cobalt in the world. And I've gone through some background on it. It looks like it could be doing about 21,000 tons in the last 6 months, and if that goes down, we are going to have a real shortfall. But I also came across where Katango, which is another big producer, was slated for 26,000 tons this year, is looking like it's going to only do about 14,000 tons. So there's another significant piece of cobalt supply that's going off the market. Now, that should start to result in higher prices in cobalt. The Matanda is slated to be down for 2 years, and I don't think you're going to see it come back much before that, although that can change. I mean, if there was a significant rise in the price of cobalt in the next 6 months to 12 months, that could change, and I would expect that it would. But on top of that, Indonesia is talking about the Philippines, is talking about, or actually has already said they're going to be cutting off production of high-grade nickel. And they're a significant producer of high-grade nickel. And they have the largest, actually the largest high-grade nickel supplier. So if they shut that down in two of the big mines that they have there, that's going to put a squeeze on nickel. So, you know, these are two important ingredients in the lithium-ion batteries. And, of course, lithium is a sluggard in this. I mean, lithium is, it's got a lot of production coming online, and, it's going to take a little longer to regroup. I said this 6 months ago or even longer ago on a podcast that lithium was not going to be going up, and it basically has gone down ever since. But what's that mean for us? Well, all of a sudden, the recycled material, cathode material from the batteries, is going to become a significant driver. And we're finding that we're getting contacted by companies that, it was on my wish list a year ago, 2 years ago, or suddenly contacting us. And so it shows you that this is spurring the action in the right direction. People are beginning to recognize that recycling batteries is going to be a significant contributor to the cathode metals that are out there. And we are, front and center on that. We hold patents in cradle to grave recycling solution, and that's basically what people are going to need. The methods that they use now are going to be phased out, and they're going to have to find alternatives. And it was interesting when I was reading through the announcement that was put out by Glencore. They talked about 640 million electric vehicles in 2040. That is a tremendous amount of vehicles, and that tells me that do I think that we'll get it all? Probably no, not in any way. But we could get a significant portion of that, or our process could be used in a significant portion of that. I'm not sure what the entire structure will look like at the end of the day, but in order to capitalize on this, the company has got to get a significant partner, one that can say, okay, we plan on a 5-year plan. We plan to have 50 plants out there at a certain size. And that would certainly help the company capture a large portion of that $640 million, because 50 plants will eventually turn into 1,000 plants. And so that's basically what I'm seeing. And the perception, of course, has changed, which I mentioned in my previous podcasts, and what recycling is all about. And everybody always said that it wasn't worth the effort. It was there was no money in it and everything else. And we've shown that there is money in it, and a significant amount of money. And not only that, we don't have any carbon footprint in this. And that's important, the carbon footprint, which doesn't exist in ours, cradle-to-grave solution. So we're starting to get some attention in the market, which is sorely needed. We were kind of like the Lone Ranger out there, and talking about recycling for the last 2.5 years, and we just weren't garnering attention that we needed, because the perception was that it wasn't needed. And now that perception is changing rapidly, and you can see it in the activity in Amy's market. So all I can say is I got a smile from ear to ear. I mean, the reality is that I think we're on a path here that is only going to get better as we move through. And speaking of that, we should be able to announce start announcing things next week. And we've had a kind of a paucity of news releases in the last 6 weeks or so. So this is going to put us back on to having regular news releases, and we're going to be really busy with the companies doing due diligence on us over the next several months, and starting next week. So, and we're getting all kinds of conference calls. It's unbelievable. And the names, as I mentioned earlier, the household names that I was hoping would be contacting us are now doing so. And, I can only see things going plus for us. So that said and done, Jim, I think basically I wish our shareholders and our listeners a great weekend. I'm going to have a great weekend. I feel good about it. And there's not much more. I mean, what more can you say? There's 2 big events that have happened in the last week, and with the cobalt market and the nickel market, that only helps our cause. So there's not much more I can say about that.
Larry, where are you traded and under what symbols?
We're traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. We're traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF, and we're traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. You can do due diligence on the company by going to our website, AmericanManganeseInc.com, or you can phone me direct at 778-574-4444, or email me, LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thanks for the update.
You're welcome.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on August 9th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.